Okay, I'm going to start on the cranks now today. I have the material squared up. I just got them scribed out, and I'll show you what I've got, and go over to the mill and we'll start milling, rough milling it out. So here's a drawing that I've got, and I've got it kind of marked up. You can see the yellow here is the size of the material, and I have it scribed out right here. This is going to remove that. I'm going to remove that down to somewhere close to the journal, and we're going to move that, and then once we get that far, then we're going to take and we're going to put center drill on this center line of the piston rod journal, and then we're going to center drill that, and that's on the main journals on both sides, and we got to make sure that these are in line. So got to be kind of careful when we put those in. So anyway, I'm going to go over to the mill and we're going to clamp it in vise, because here's the parts, and I see I have it marked. I see I have it scribed wrong. By looking at this, I've got that scribed wrong. See, that's a good thing that I did that. How about this one? I also have this one scribed wrong. They're both scribed wrong. I'll have to rescribe them because it should be like this, because we're moving that up to the center line of that journal, and it should be this over here removed and this over here removed. So this line right here belongs down here. Well, I really don't have to rescribe it because I have this correct on both of them, I believe. Yeah, I got this one a mirror image of that. What's wrong with me here? Because I don't know if you can see the scribe lines. Well, you'll see I flip-flopped, but that's just a mirror image. So I put them both together in the vise like that, and mill to this one. Take it just like that. Kind of use this as the master, and mill this 5/16 slot through here. It gets opened up to 375. It's 315 for the journal, and the collars are 5/8 diameter, and they're out 375. So, and that is the width of this line. So I'm wondering if I shouldn't. Well, I can pick up the edge and then move over and with a 5/16 end mill, and then plunge down back and forth. That's what I'll do. So we'll meet at the mill. Okay, I figured out the depths that I need to cut. So I got 470 thou deep, and that's going to leave some material for cleaning up the journal. So it's 470 thou deep here, and then in between, which is the 312 diameter that I'm going to go in with, down to 780 deep. So what I'll do is I'll touch off this end and then mill this out over to, I'll stay short of the 960 also. I will stay probably, I'll keep that around like 945 to 950 in here. And then I'll do the other side, and I'll hold this on the heavy side. The 2 inches 835, I'll hold that to 2 inches 845, and then mill that out. And once I get that out, then I'll switch cutters and then cut that middle out. Once I do that, then I'm gonna get my knee and clamp it up on the table, and we'll set up and we'll do the center drill marks in the 2 spots. 4 spots, I'm sorry, 4 spots. And then from there, we'll go over to the bandsaw, and what I'll do is I'll bandsaw in on this side. You know what, maybe I should do that right away in the bandsaw here, just in case it wants to give. No, that's all right. I'll bandsaw it afterwards. I'll scribe a line and bandsaw in here and bandsaw in here. And actually I could do that after. No, I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to bandsaw that before I turn that journal in there. That way if it wants to move around, it can move around a little bit. So if I had a heat treat oven, I'd normalize that material, but I don't. So that's one of the reasons I'd like to have a heat treat table or heat treat oven, not just for heat treating, but for things like that, for normalizing material, and that way it won't move around on you when you're milling it. Okay, so what I did was I got them clamped in here on top of parallels. I just put my I see it's a little off. I'm gonna loosen it back up, and just pushing them up against the square so that they're both in there the same. There's a stop on there, but I could take that stop off. I think I'm going to take that stop off. I really don't need it because I'm going to clamp and then I'm going to touch off. So the stop is really not necessary. If I can find my Allen wrench. All right. I don't think this is the one right here. I think this is too small. Yeah. Well, I'll leave it on there then. It wants to be difficult. I was just thinking that I can centralize the material better, but it's not going to matter. Come on. I need to tighten up my light here. Alright, let's get down to that end. We'll touch off on the top, and like I say, I'm going to not go to full depth. And I'll grab a piece of paper, my telephone book that I hang on my machine, and we'll just come down and touch that, lock it. And then we'll get off the edge here, and we're supposed to go 470 deep, and like I say, I don't want to go all the way because I want to leave a little bit of material for the journal to clean up. So I think I'm going to leave 20 thou, so I'm going to go 450 deep. So I'm going to crank her up 450. And actually the tripod's going to be in the way. Yep. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50. 450. And we're not going to go all the way over either. We're going to stay short of that 1" 960. And here we go. I'm going to just touch. Heavy touch, and I'm going to zero my X, and now I can go over the 1" 960, but I'm going to go like 1" 940. How much I pick up? How much I can? Interesting. You want to type here? Very nice. That works. Let's use the brush. Just brush it. I want to turn my body. Okay, that was 250. I'll be right. Solid. Going all. Good again. Before keep on it, all right. That's not cool. Should be. We're going to get all the game on. That's how far we're going to go in, but I'm going to stay 20 thou back. So I'm just going to go 1" 640. 1" 640 is where I'm going to head to. We're going to go 250 again. Get up. Up here and recalculate this. Recalculating. Okay, so it's 4 inches 500 over, and we want to leave 2 inches 835. So that would be 5, 7, 4. Wait a minute. It would be I end up with 1 inch 6. My block's too long. What's the scoop? Something's not right. No, they're right. 4 inches 500. These numbers have to be wrong. Let's look at this other one that I have. I can pull up the model, I guess, real quick and measure it. But that's not, definitely not right. Oh, unless my scribe lines are wrong. Let's see. Let's see where that scribe line is supposed to be. Okay, that scribe line is supposed to be at 2 inches 835. Yeah, that scribe line, I scribed it wrong. Duh. I scribed the inside, and then I went to another. That can't be right. That can't be right. I do that, my wife gets upset. If you remember the old ladies on the... Alright, so I've got and that's supposed to be 875, 125, about 125, and that's right. So that number is right. The scribe line's wrong. I'll finish out this to this number. It was supposed to be 665 that I was going to go to, and I was going to say 20 thou away, so 645. And we'll go to 645. And that's where that scribe line should have been. Unless I'm not seeing the second line. Okay, well that should do that. That should be it for that cutter. So I must have been half asleep when I did the scribing, because I described it backwards and so now what we want to do is get 5/16 end mill, come down here and touch, and then come over and get to the center. Get a marker here, and there'll be 250 left on each side, so we'll end up coming through here and cutting this out down to 780 thousandths. And can I get that far in the vise without hitting the vise? 780 thousandths. Oh yeah, we can definitely get that far. Okay, well I get round up an end mill, and once I round up an end mill, I'll be back. You didn't even get to see my calculations. You were over here looking at. Here's the sheet. Apparently on there what I did was I scribed this line, but I didn't scribe this line, if that makes sense. So I was looking at this line, so I'm going, well geez, that's still another 250,000. Well no, it's, so cross that. I went to the right dimension. So now we're going to cut this right here. We're sitting like that, you know, looking at it, a mirror image of it. So we'll come through here and cut that with a 5/16 end mill down to 780 deep. So I got to round up a decent 5/16 end mill, and well, I could use, you know what, I could use a undersized 3/8, because I'm not going to go beyond the 625 diameter, because I'm staying back. So I could use an resharpened. I'll look around, see what I got. I'll be back. Okay, what I have is I have a 1/4 inch rougher. Some people call them corncob cutters. Anyway, I'm going to go through there with a 1/4 inch cutter first, and then I'm going to switch to a 5/16. So I want to pick up that edge. And then move over to the center line. So I'll put my edge finder in there. Get the chips off of it that I picked up. Move down. Come over until she touches. I still got a chip on there. Get out of there. Go. And then 0x and move it 100 thou. Okay, so now center line of the tool is on the center line, or on the edge of the part, and from here to the center line of that slot is 2 inches, 397.5 thousandths. Drop this down, I think. Well, I can actually take that out of there. I don't need to pick up anything else. So, what did I say? 2 inches, 397. So we'll move over. 1, 2, 3, and 97. That should be the center line of that slot. Then we're going to get a 3/8 collet. corn cob or inner. Tighten it up. Let's come over there and make sure that we're close to where we're supposed to be. Looks right. Piece of paper down on top. Come down the top of the piece of paper. Got out of there. All right. So the depth that we want to cut is 780 thousandths deep. So you crank her up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I gonna make it? 780. Gonna be taking the full depth of that cutter. It's all right. Lock the x-axis. I'm gonna get my coolant bottle for this one. Got my coolant bottle in hand. We're gonna have to move you down. All you see is the light ring. You're not even seeing the cutter doing its thing. Let's see, right about there, maybe. What do you think? Kind of see it. Here we go. You know what? I'm going to take half of it, I think. I'm going to crank down a couple hundred at least. 1, 2. Down a couple hundred down, because that's, I think it was hitting my shoulder, that cutter. Break off on it. Off my goal. Just get the shoulder on the top. What is one? Oh, that's where it's all off my goal. Okay, that's what you said to do. About cheating another three. For me now, that's for this moment. Okay. Alright. Okay, first off there. I'm gonna get my vacuum cleaner here. Chips around there. Okay, so now we're going to switch to 5/16, and I don't think I have enough root length on this one either. 780. Yeah, we're not going to be able to go to 780. We're only going to go to 750, and that's it, because it's going to really rub on that one. So that's okay. And this is a 5/16 now. 4 flute high speed. And just rub the burr off the top here a little bit. Crank in there. Down on a piece of paper. Oh, turn the flutes. there. So we're only going to be able to go 750 on it. 1, 2. I'm going to go 300 thou first. First try through there. Oop. I'm trying to adjust the camera a little bit. That's 300, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15. Okay, well, this stuff. All right. Let's take them out and see what we got. I'm gonna give them a spritz of air. So there we go. Doesn't look quite right. That's should be 5/8 back. Well, that's about right. Because that's to the collar. That's to the collar on the side of the journal. That's what I was cutting out. If I had a longer 1/4 inch, I could go down a little further. That's okay. It'll be alright. So now I need to get them all deburred up, cleaned up real good, and then I'm gonna set them up on my knee up against a fence, and I'm going to center drill the two holes, the journal for the center, and then the journal for the throw, the connecting rod. So when I get them all cleaned up, deburred, and get the knee on there and the fence on, I will come back and I'll show you the setup and what we're going to do.